Yo, welcome everyone. Another big move on Bitcoin will most likely happen very soon, and today I will show you the best levels for a potential buy entry with the exact Fibonacci price targets. Now first you're going to see Bitcoin only a few hours ago took the liquidity exactly above our recent high, and as we usually say, liquidity is what moves this specific market. We got a perfect liquidity grab or a swing failure pattern above our recent high. We hit once again our golden Fibonacci ratio, and since then Bitcoin is right now getting a rejection back towards the downside of, let's just say, approximately 5.5%. And if we are going to hit our very important price targets that we are going to talk about today, potentially we might be looking to fire another long or a buy trade. Now, for complete transparency, I am right now already in 4 brand new long trades on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, XRP, and also Solana. And of course, ideally, if we do get right here another push towards the upside, hitting our price targets, potentially we can be adding even more capital to all of our long trades. But why potentially? We are still right now looking for another push towards the upside. Very simply, this right here, the entire push towards the upside, could actually be our first impulsive Elliot wave. We can right to say Bitcoin got right here the first impulse. Right now we are working on the second one, and of course, if we are going to bottom out at our very important support area right here, then we can be expecting another quite a significant pump towards the upside for the third Elliot wave, fourth one, and then of course also the fifth Elliot wave. So what is right now going to be a very important price target of the second Elliot wave? If we right now know that we are right now getting some kind of an ABC correction in our second Elliot wave, which of course it is looking like this. Bitcoin got a push towards downside, we got our A wave, we got right here our B wave, and right now probably we are working on our C Elliot wave. What are the most important price targets for our C Elliot wave and also for our second Elliot wave? Very simply, we need to go with our Fibonacci extension tool from our swing high back towards the swing low, back towards our swing high. And very important level when we talk about an ABC correction, it is definitely going to be a 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level coming in at approximately $67,900. However, there is right now a very slight problem. The very common price target area for the second Elliot wave is actually, unfortunately, not that high. Usually, we are paying attention to the 50% of a retracement of the entire pump towards the upside. What does it mean? In this scenario, we need to go with our Fibonacci retracement, measuring the entire push towards the upside, and simply go right here. I already do have a template right here for the second Elliot wave. And you can now see the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level on Bitcoin is coming in definitely much lower than our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level at approximately $65,500. The second most important level then, of course, is going to be the golden Fibonacci ratio at approximately 64,000. However, I would say like that, the 1-to-1 right here is actually already going to be, in my opinion, a very important price target. To be honest, I don't really think the 0.5 right here is the very important one, and the two most important price targets right here we are going to go with is going to be the 1-to-1 and also the golden Fibonacci ratio. But why exactly this specific 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level? Let's go right now with our anchored VWAP and let's anchor it exactly at this specific low. What you're right now going to see, the 1-to-1 Fibonacci level is coming in almost exactly at the anchored VWAP. So it really does look like that this specific area right here is going to be our first very important level you should be aware of, where potentially, of course, our second Elliot wave could come to an end, and only after that we might be expecting for another major push towards the upside for our third Elliot wave. So what is going to be the target for our third Elliot wave? In this scenario, we need to go once again with our trend-based Fibonacci extension from the swing low back towards the swing high, back towards the bottom of our second one. Now, unfortunately, we don't know at this specific time if we are going to bottom out right here at our 1-to-1 or the golden Fibonacci ratio. Of course, if we bottom at our 1-to-1, the price target is going to be much higher, let's just say at approximately $90,000. But of course, if we are going to get a bottom slightly lower at our golden Fibonacci ratio, in this scenario, the target is going to be moved towards the downside to approximately $85,500. But nonetheless, right now, if Bitcoin is going to hit our very important price targets, 1-to-1 or maybe even the golden Fibonacci ratio, if we are then going to get some kind of a reaction towards the upside, we could be looking looking to add even more capital to all of our long trades. That is right why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible. And of course also, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now share with you also what other people are doing in the market, because what we are getting right here for the past few hours, it is actually kinda interesting. Look right now at the CVD indicator, which it is simply measuring if brand new buying or selling pressure is coming in the market. And you can right now definitely see a significant lower low is being formed on the CVD, while Bitcoin is getting a brand new higher low. What does it mean? A lot of selling pressure coming in, not able to push the price lower, which is then going to be bullish divergence, and of course also bullish absorption happening right now on the Bitcoin price itself. And yes, in the past few hours on this entire push towards downside, the open interest is also getting a push up, while the CVD is getting a push down. What does it mean? Bigger players are entering brand new short trades on Bitcoin, but the reality is we are still forming a bullish divergence overall speaking on the CVD indicator. So even though a lot of people right here right now are shorting Bitcoin, I would say their short trades, their selling pressure is getting absorbed, which of course it is going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. That is why right now, looking at this specific bullish Elliot wave count, at this bullish scenario, in my opinion, it does make quite a lot of sense. Also right now, what if we go with our Bitcoin liquidation heat map, not on the 3-day, but actually let's zoom out on the 1-week time frame, where you're right now going to see that yes, bigger liquidations on Bitcoin are not going to be below our recent lows, but actually exactly above our recent highs. If Bitcoin does get a push towards the upside, we are then going to right here liquidate approximately 200 million of short positions from the entire crypto market. If we do get a push down below our recent low right here, only 121 million of long trades are going to get liquidated. But what we said before, this specific liquidations level, it is aligning also very nicely with our 1-to-1 and also with our anchored VWAP, and of course also with all of our recent lows. Bitcoin does have its recent low at approximately $67,300 area, exactly where we do have our first some kind of a bigger liquidations cluster. That is right now why definitely our first important level you should be aware of on Bitcoin is going to be this specific area at $67,300 area. And that is why if we do get right here a beautiful push towards the upside, definitely what is then going to be our first area of resistance. Technically speaking, looking at our Fibonacci levels, the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level right here is definitely going to be a significant price target. However, what if we right now identify the next level that is right now visible on the price action alone? For that, I'm actually going to go on the 3-day time frame on Bitcoin and apply the line chart here. What you're right now going to see, what has been a level that usually it is being respected very nicely. This specific zone, historically speaking, it was a very important area of support and is going to come in at approximately $79,000. And what you can right now see, also right here, before Bitcoin got this major collapse towards the downside, we hit this specific level almost to the exact dollar accuracy, and then we got a major push back towards downside. So this specific area is really not a random price target, also because we can right now go with our high term time frame areas of resistances. You can right now see another daily high term time frame level coming in exactly right here. So I would say like that, usually we want to trade from level to level. Sure, of course, we right now know we can be looking for a bigger 5-wave price structure towards the upside, but the reality is the first structural area of resistance on Bitcoin is simply going to be our daily level right here, and of course also because it is aligning beautifully also with all of our previous lows at approximately $79,000. Now additionally, we are going to go with the anchored VWAP and simply anchor it exactly at this specific high. What you're going to see, this specific level is coming in almost exactly at this specific area, and that is right now why simply if Bitcoin does go right now higher, this specific area in my opinion is definitely going to be one of the most important levels you can right now be aware of. Sure, ideally we are looking for higher for our 1.618 Fibonacci extension level to be hit, but nevertheless, looking at the price action alone, looking at the anchored VWAP, this specific level right here is definitely right now quite an important price target, and that is right now why if you want to trade with us, definitely take an advantage of the free $30,000 bonus with the first link down below in the description. You click the link right here, you register, you're going to get 20 USDT completely for free. Then also make sure you deposit above $100 because you're going to get another 20 USDT, and also when you're going to open up your first trades, you're going to get even bigger bigger bonuses using the first link down below in the description after you register and after initial deposit. Right now, let's also talk about what is going to be our bearish scenario. We right now know exactly what we are paying attention to if Bitcoin does get right here another push down. However, what if the move towards the downside, towards our price targets right here, is going to look a little bit more impulsive? What if Bitcoin right here does start moving very quickly towards the downside on a very high volume? In this scenario, of course, we need to talk about our bearish scenario because, of course, we right now know exactly what are our very important levels in a case we go lower. But the thing is, what if our support levels right here are going to get broken straight towards downside? Why potentially they could get broken back down? Simply because if we right now actually go with our RSI indicator, MACD indicator, and also the money flow indicator on the 4-hour time frame, all of them pretty much right now are unfortunately getting a bearish divergence. What you're going to see, lower high being formed on Bitcoin, higher high on the RSI, higher high also on the MACD, higher high on the money flow indicator. So what exactly does that mean? There is a hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, which technically speaking, it is definitely going to be a bearish Bitcoin indication. However, ideally, of course, the low on Bitcoin right here is right now in. We hit our very important price targets and we continue higher. But the reality right now is, I still right now want to share with you a bearish scenario. What if Bitcoin once again breaks all of our very important support areas right here and we simply do go much lower towards downside? In this scenario, what we are going to do, let's go with the 3-day time frame once again. I'm going to go on the line chart where we are right now going to see that structurally speaking, the next important area are going to be all of our recent lows right here at approximately, let's just say, $55,000. Also right now, let's apply the high term time frame levels on the chart where we are right now going to see the weekly support level on Bitcoin is coming in exactly at this specific area at approximately $55,000. And that is right now why, in my opinion, if we do go lower, this specific zone right here is then going to be another significant support area you should be paying attention to on the Bitcoin price itself. Even better, if we are then going to be also getting a regular bullish divergence on the RSI indicator, ideally on the daily time frame, which of course is then going to mean we are going to get a lower low on Bitcoin, but potentially a higher low on the RSI indicator. This right here is going to be a bullish divergence, major bullish Bitcoin indication. And of course, if we are going to get that, definitely we could be looking also for us to enter another major long or buy trade. But of course, as we said before, ideally right now, the bottom on Bitcoin, the low is right now in. And a good thing that we got only a few hours ago was that we were able to close our weekly candle as a bullish pin bar, as a bullish candlestick pattern. This right here, you can actually see it does have quite a significant wick back down, smaller wick towards the upside, and of course also a smaller candle body. This right here is definitely a bullish indication right here for Bitcoin. And of course, ideally right now, the bottom is in. But of course, we need to trade from level to level. We right now know exactly what are our price targets if we drop lower. The first one is going to be, as we said before, the anchored VWAP, slightly lower from the area where we are as right now. Of course, if we then drop lower, the golden Fibonacci ratio is going to be the next one at approximately $64,000. And of course, also, if all of those support levels right here are going to get broken, only in this scenario, I'm then going to look towards the area of approximately $55,000, where of course, we can also be entering even bigger long or buy positions, not only on Bitcoin, literally on the entire cryptocurrency market. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, definitely take an advantage of the free $30,000 bonus with the first link down below. You register, you get 20 USDT, you deposit, you're going to get another 20 USDT, and also you open up your first trades because you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the first link down below. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.